Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live at Lakithia Nicole Talk, and I'm super excited because I have Haron with me. Haron is, we have a list of things we're going to get into, but just everything that he has done. We're in Brooklyn, New York. He's from Queens. Literally, the reason a lot of people know me in New York is because of this guy. So I really decided that I had to have him on this show because from interviews that I've had in the past in New York, Haron is basically the one to thank. And so I want to get right to it. Haron, I read your bio and I know a lot of the things that you've done, but I've also seen a lot of things I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so instead of me just going down your bio, I wanted you to tell the people about first of all, who is Haron? That would be the first question. Tell them who Haron is.
Well, my name's Haron Hargrave, aka H2O. I am the founder of Ballin for Peace, former professional basketball player. Played Division I ball. My background is sports. My message is peace through sports, and that's what I kind of live by. That's that's what keeps me motivated. I take that same concept of team sports and I put it to my life, and so I would say, I am someone who lives and walks what he talks, and that's pretty much that. I'm a giver, I'm a carer, I'm a lover, and our paths crossed, many years ago, and before I even met you in person, and I had you on my radio show, the Madhouse radio show, 2012. That was crazy. When you on your music tip and doing your music, and that was fire. But yeah, I am a lover, a carer, and a giver, and and that's just me.
That's beautiful, and I think that's important, and that's another reason why I wanted to have you on this show, because I think before it was really popular to be an entrepreneur, before it was popular to be someone representing peace, and now it's Black Lives Matter, but there's people that are getting on that bandwagon just because of the fact that it's to them a quote unquote movement, but it's not really a movement for you. It was a lifestyle.
That's a fact.
Right before even this whole pandemic, you were really about that. That's another thing. When I came to New York 2015, you had Ballin for Peace, which was celebrity flag football game or whatever. Celebrities were there. You definitely one of the people that started one of those things out here, I think. I know we have a celebrity basketball game in LA, and I know out here you have the celebrity football games, and so I wanted you to talk to us about Ballin for Peace, which you are the founder of.
That's a fact. So Ballin for Peace, it was started because of all the senseless acts of violence that were going on in New York and just all over the world. It was the whole Mike Brown situation, Eric Gardner situation, and a lot of people just their lives being taken for senselessly, from the people who are supposed to protect and serve us, which is the police, and we were living in fear, and we still are living in fear, so it's not like it stopped. It's just more eyes and ears on what's been happening to us our entire lives. And I say this and I predicate this to things that has happened to me in my life and my reality. We're getting stopped by a cop and not knowing if you're gonna, live or just get a ticket. You know what I mean? And or you're gonna one false move. It's the weirdest thing in the world being a black man in America sometimes, because the people who are supposed to protect you are some of the people that you are fighting against. If that makes sense. But at the end of the day, we're all we're all here to do our part, whatever part that is. It's something that you definitely got to find and figure out and make your passion your purpose. But when I met you, I literally wanted to, I did the basketball game first. And so I do a celebrity basketball game, flag football, and bowling.
So you have to talk about that.
Let's talk about all of those. You came to the flag football. That was the back to school supply drive that I did. And but the basketball game was before that. So I do basketball, football, and bowling. So that's my way of giving back. Peace through sports.
I think that's beautiful. With the pandemic, I wanted to know, how are you navigating now not doing these? Because I've always seen you very active. I've never seen you not moving. Even because I'm really located back in LA. Before I moved to Brooklyn, I was always at home, but I always saw you on the go. Never seen you downtime. So how are you adjusting to that, and what have you been doing to substitute for your events now during this pandemic?
Yeah, well, thank you for keeping tabs and keeping up with me and everything, and that's always dope to let people, allow people to know that, But that's something that I pride myself with, I feel like, I don't really, I just go, and sometimes that may not be the right way sometimes, but if you're doing something, it prevents you from doing nothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so at the end of the day, I try to push and have a purpose behind my push, So I was always active, and being out there was something, and being seen, right? So this time was a difficult time at first, for me.
Yeah.
I had to figure out ways to still be positive and not be seen, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keeping up your, a lot of people, you could fall off real quick. People forget about you very quick, if you're not doing something. So that was something that I was continuously doing, but I needed this break, because I was getting fatigued. I was getting burned out, I had bags under my eyes, and it was just a lot of sleepless nights. And doing the work that the people don't see. They just see the results a lot of the time. So that was very tough for me to have to deal with that. But when COVID hit, it was a gift and a curse. RIP to everybody who lost their lives or who got sick during this time. But for me, it was just a wake up call to actually take my break. Yeah. And I took a break from doing events and stuff, but it also allowed me to it helped me in other ways where I could get I got my e-commerce website up with ballinforpeace.org. I was able to connect with other companies and stuff now. I have a couple of announcements of some of the people that I'll be working with in the near future.
Amazing.
And so it allowed me to actually do some of the things that I needed to do paperwork wise, and it's been a blessing. I can't say COVID has been bad in some senses, but it's been better for me. With getting organized a little bit better, so
That's good.
I've been able to subsidize that with a lot of online stuff and having an online presence, doing more interviews and creating stuff I created even across the board, H2O Music, created the platform on
You
H2O
created
Music.
H2O Music during the pandemic?
No,
you had that,
I had that already,
okay.
But I created shows on the lives, on the IG lives and stuff like that. We have a show called The Platform with Kid the Rebel, who's the host. We started a live DJ on Wednesdays. We have the DJ Respect the DJ series where we have DJs take over the H2O Music page.
Amazing.
I started a couple page with my girlfriend on
Yes,
on
I've seen that, and we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, so it was just things that I wasn't able to do that I've been doing. And even on Ballin for Peace, we started a live called The Mission, where we interview different people. We had Little Mama on last week.
Very good.
We plan on having have my boy Graf. He's gonna be coming on soon, and we're pushing to get Mac Wild. So Mac, if you're listening, hurry up and come on, bro. We need you. Yeah,
awesome. So I want to go back a bit on the pandemic. You said, rest in peace to the people. So did you lose anyone during the pandemic?
I lost a couple people, man. It's as this is unfolding and life is opening back up, you realize that how many people that you won't have when things open up. R.I.P. to Fred the Godson. He used to come to all of my Ballin for Peace events. He was
oh my God.
Yeah, he was a dear friend of mine in the organization.
Wow.
Even down to I work in school systems as well too, and security guards. One of my mom's friends had passed away. She was a security guard at one of my schools and at my mom's old school, and she lost her life to COVID. My boy Maurice Lacey, he lost his life to COVID. He was a CO. So it's just a lot of it. You can say, hey, COVID, you can get over it, but some people aren't able to. You know what I mean? It's it's unfortunate. That those people are gone. So it's hard to celebrate when you lost a lot of people too. So it's like highs and lows. I have a high and then I have a low because you realize you start to think like, damn, that person is really not here now. And it's hurtful sometimes. So with my wins, I take L's too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I know for me, I wanted to talk about the pandemic, moving out to New York in March. I wasn't used to, once the pandemic hit, right when I got out here, so used to New York being so, I mean, this is like one of the greatest cities in the world. I wanted to know, how are you adjusting with just the slowness of the city? I mean, the city is not like it used to be, but it's still a great city. But how are you adjusting to it?
Well, it's actually forcing me to be in the house a little earlier. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know you were always out. Like, when you would come to LA, you would literally be out.
And
like,
I'm here. I'm like, yo, I'm over here. Where
exactly.
You at tonight?
Yes. Everywhere. So, you were always everywhere.
And you know, and that just shows your body of work. That just shows that, you know, wherever I go, you know, I know somebody. And not that they rock with you for real, because I can go in different states and different cities and move around like I lived there forever.
You do that in LA. I think that, do you remember?
I love LA, man.
The last time you were there, you went to the Lakers game. I think
was
Kobe wasn't dead yet.
Yeah, Kobe was still alive.
Did you see he played then, right? Because I know you were there.
I went, the last time I went, I was there when it was LeBron's first season. So I was there most recently. Before that, I was there for All-Star Weekend. Then I came back like a month later. And my boy, Scott Machado, who played in Ballin for Peace as well. Well, he coached in Ballin for Peace. He was playing for the Lakers. He had signed a 10-day contract with the Lakers, and I was out there. It just so happened that I was going out there, and then he signed a 10-day contract.
Oh, wow.
So we were able to, you know, get front row seats. I was out there with the
Lakers.
I was out there chilling and, you know, just living that life. And it feels good at times, you know, to know those type of people. But again, it's the highs and lows of my life. You know what I mean? I can be doing that one day and then be working with kids the next day. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So it's like, you know, and then I'll never switch up. You know, a lot of people will be like, yo, I'm in Cali, I'm doing fronting, and I've never been that person. So, again, when I'm at different places, I'm able to move around freely, and I'm able to move around respectively. Like, people respect what I'm doing, you know, and, you know, I'm just me, you know. It's not like, you know, it's hard for me to be anybody else, and when you're real, you don't never have to put up a facade, so you can just
I love that.
Talk to anybody, you know. So that's pretty much that. I move how I move because that's me.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that when you said when you're real, you don't have to put up a facade. Being in this business, so
it's
many
a lot
people.
Of fake people.
Yes, it's a lot, and it's unfortunate.
That's why I think some of the time where I am, someone who has been doing this for so many years, I kind of, you know, I'm steady, right? But I haven't like blew up. You know what I mean?
You've done a lot of things. I've seen you on you've had some interviews with some really notable names. Like
Power 105.
I mean, come on, talk about it. Can we talk about it?
We can. You know, but
because I want my audience to, if they don't know you, I want them to know who Haron is, and we can talk about those. You know, those interviews, because you have, as we all, taken some time. It's been downtime, no matter who you are. So
it's been time to get better. This time is just to get better. It's gonna be two people during this pandemic. Before we go into the next question, two people who's gonna be. It's gonna be people coming up and people watching to come up. That's it. So literally that's it. You're gonna sit. It's gonna be people who's sitting around like, yo, I'm gonna just chill out until. Nah, if you doing that, you already lost. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm here to keep pushing and getting better during this time, because there are things that I needed to work on that I was going 100 miles a minute because I was in survival mode. We was in survival mode before this stopped. You know, I look at it differently. I look at it that we all had a break that no one has ever had in their lives. We had a break. Like, we have a break, right? That either you're going to do something with it or you're not. And so instead of being in survival mode, you use that time to do what you got to do to get better. But yeah, I've been on Hot 97, been on Power 105, Fox 5, News 1, News 12, Slam Magazine, ESPN, you know, all these things. I was in, today I was at Puma, you know, at the Puma flagship store doing some stuff with my boys on the Hoop Bus, my boy from LA. He runs the Venice Beach Basketball League. Shout out to Nick Anson. He, you know, we've been doing some stuff. Venice East, I'll be running that out here in the East Coast. You know, Venice is on the West Coast, and I linked Ballin for Peace and Venice Ball together. So we come into one. You know what I mean? So that's a big look. You know, so the East Coast and West Coast. If you go to ballinforpeace.org, org, you'll see the connection. You can start going there and look at our latest news. We have our own news page now too.
Great.
So we're
so I know the COVID is going on. So when is I haven't been to any event since like 5 years ago.
Crazy.
So I want to get into the events. When is something coming up that I can go to and the listeners
sneak peek. I just did an event. I was kind of tired and I'm like, I'm gonna do an event. So I did an event last week. I brought back my Queens Week event.
Okay.
So where I do a basketball tournament where we gave out $5,000 to the grand prize to the winner. So one day Ironman tournament. We had 12 teams, 2-game elimination, and we battled it out. I started this back in 2008 or 2007.
That history.
Yeah, when my best friend Mark Arrington was killed. He was killed in Hollis, Queens, and when I came back from college, I wanted to do something positive for him. So I started, me and my boy Buck, we started something called Queens Day, and it was a day of peace, right? Wow. And we, people play basketball, and we had a cash prize of $1,000 our first time. We didn't know nothing about permits or anything. We just used the place. Yeah, it was great. It was great. We just used the place, and we had a great turnout. And we were doing it for a couple of years, and then Buck, his girl at the time had a baby, and so that kind of slowed things up. And you kind of, he's working, we doing this, we kind of moving our separate ways and stuff. But we came back together this past year, and we did a dope event. And we're gonna add that to the fold as well with Ballin for Peace. But
that's good.
So that's something I wanted to do during COVID. I saw people doing some basketball games. I'm like, yo, let me do my Queens Week.
Yeah.
And we blew it out the water. But shout out to Sean Bell, All Stars. That's they won the $5,000 and stuff. And if you go on my page today, you'll see the reel that we had for like the day of. It was like 15-second clip of everything, and that went up on my page today. But yeah, I'm just trying to follow the guidelines as far as COVID and everything. But I called NYPD. I let them know that I was doing this event. They're not really giving their blessings to a lot of people. They're just like, good luck, right? But they came out and they stayed at my event and they provided their service and stuff like that. So they backed my event. So
very good. So everyone was masked up and everything.
We had some people masked up, but it's tough, you know what I mean? You're outside. I don't think COVID's outside, you know what I mean? To be honest with you, it comes in places when you're close knit and you're touching stuff, and that's why
you guys were outside.
We're outside. We were in an open space, so it's the air. You know, if you can't come outside, I think the misconception about COVID is that is how you can get it. People don't really tell you that, or they don't tell you how the results of how many people got through COVID. Okay. They only tell you about the people who didn't make it back from COVID. You know what I mean? So I believe I saw something. They had a rate of how many people could get it and then they come back from it from ages 1 to 19. The success rate was like 99 point something percent out of all. We're talking about all cases, right? Yeah. But these, and even they just give you the bad news. So I think what will make people feel better is you just knowing, just being a little bit more educated about it. Yeah, that's important. They just say wash your hands and stay away from people. It's like pretty much that's what they say. It's like that's scary as shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's scary. Like if you break it down like that, it'll make you not want to be around nobody. It'll make you want to stay in the house, be a hermit, and just like sit around. Like seriously. So seriously, I think that my job and other people's jobs are to who are in this for the positive reasons are to educate people a little bit more, and we'll be putting a lot more information about COVID and stuff on the Ballin for Peace page. But very good. I'm planning on my next event to be in Sacramento. Oh, okay. So back west. Yeah, at my old school, at Sacramento State, Cal State University of Sacramento. That's where I went. I graduated with my degree in communications, and I've been in communication with the school about doing my event there, and we're just trying to follow the guidelines and seeing when we can actually book. But I'm thinking May or June. Okay. For next year. For the celebrity basketball game, I guess people who are in LA, they don't have to fly all the way to the East Coast to come. Cause I had a lot of people in LA come and play in my last game at St. Francis College down last year.
Okay.
For my 5th annual Ballin for Peace. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about the reopen of the world. Like, I love to travel. I love to do a lot of things. I haven't really traveled. I mean, I went to Philly the other day to join the hoop bus and stuff, and but I haven't really been traveling as much. Just trying to be cautious, you know. And I went to
as important it is.
I went to Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
With my family this summer. We had like a cousins reunion, and one of my shout out to my cousin Khalil. He put that together. He just turned 26. Young man, just doing what he got to do, and pushing the family forward too. Because a lot of times we're all into our own stuff, but we all need to come back together, and that's what he did.
Yes.
And I appreciate him for that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's speak about that. Mm-hmm. I think that I'm very family oriented, very big on family, and this is off, like your career and all of these things, but people should put a focus on family. So how important is that to you, just being unified with your family, and how has it brought you closer to your family?
Well, me personally, I love my family. I think that family, it can either help you or hurt you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we all have to be able to, we all have to connect with our family, and our family has to be willing to connect with us. Yeah. At the end of the day, you look for that support. Yeah. Growing up, my mom always taught us to be independent and to be able to do anything that you want to do by yourself, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. Before you ask anybody for help. Yeah. So it's like a catch-22 with me and family, to be honest with you, because you look for support from your family, but a lot of times you don't get it. Yeah. And I'm just being real, but a person like me, I'm gonna do it anyway, whether mm-hmm. you support me or not. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, even when I do Ballin for Peace events, I pick the location, mm-hmm. I pick the date, and then I go. I don't even know who's gonna be there at the end of the day. Because I'm not doing it for everybody else. Mm-hmm. Well, when I mean that, I'm not. So if a celebrity, say Chris Brown, for example, shout out to Chris Brown. Hopefully he comes to one of the events. But say if Chris Brown says, "Yeah, I can't make it," he's not gonna stop my event from happening. Mm-hmm. I'll just hit up somebody else, or whoever wants to do it, then they can get involved. And and that's that. But you can't. A lot of people stop what they're doing for other people. Mm-hmm. A lot of people will stop what they have in mind for mm-hmm. somebody else who can't do it. And that should never be the way. So like with family, if they support you, they support you. If they don't, they don't. Like, mm-hmm. And you can't really you can't live or dwell on that. But if you get the support from your family, great. Like I tell kids, when I was growing up, my mom didn't really get to come to my game because she had to work a lot. Mm-hmm. My dad didn't. He would come when he came to a lot of my games, but he came. I was a little older, but I see some of these kids that I coach and train that the moms and dad, they drive them to the game, they drive them all over the place. No, they're there for them. Oh, so it's like good. I didn't get that, but I still was able to get to where I needed to be. You should be thankful that your parents are there for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us don't have that. So and there's a lot of people out there who disrespect their parents and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yo, you don't. You're not gonna understand until they're gone how important they have been to you. Mm-hmm. And God rest my mother's soul. She passed away when I was 18. I was in Cali in school and stuff as well too. So that was just it was just a hard time. So I understand the when you can lose somebody and how that feels, and when you have somebody in your life. So I try to, anybody in my life, family, friends, I try to latch on close to them, because I've lost so many dope and great people in my life that, so cherishing people, and when I allow somebody into my life, it's real, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate that and support that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That was actually touching. As you were talking at one point a little bit earlier, I recognized your outfit. Yeah. I didn't recognize it when we got here, mm-hmm. but I see where it's saying Black Matters team, humanity.
Yeah.
This is dope. Like this is, like I said, this is, you're like a walking Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I mean?
sure,
It's
sure.
not an image for you. You were always
you know,
like
I
this.
didn't wear this today because I knew that I was going to even interview. It said like register and vote, right? You know what I'm saying?
This
like
is very important.
This is real stuff that we have to it's days and time. If we lose this election, it could be another 4 years of just like turmoil, like, you know, and I feel like once the election over, COVID will be gone too. You know what I mean? There's something going on that's a little shaky with everything, with our world right now. But time heals all wounds, right? So we'll all get better after this, you know, at some point. You know, we're not gonna live like this forever, you know? But this is definitely a time in history that we're going through that they'll have in the history books and stuff like that, or a history computer or whatever. Who knows how we're gonna, but we're living through history right now, and you're either gonna make it or be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. So you know, this is my life, you know what I mean? It's Black Lives Matter. Shout out to Venice Ball. I was out there in the Puma flagship store today, and we got a lot of things done today. You know, a lot of things. Check out Puma and Ballin for Peace. That's going to be some things coming up too.
Amazing,
so,
amazing. You're still so. I mean, to me, you really haven't. I mean, I know, like I said, we've all slowed down to a certain degree, but you're still active and you're still making moves, and that's a beautiful thing.
For sure.
Definitely. I definitely want to talk about. I saw you on Friday.
Yeah.
I tuned into your live with you and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because that's something new. I didn't know her before this whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
Shouts out to her, because I saw that she's doing some things in
For sure.
so you know, well, you probably don't know. So I'm big on, I have a company called Real Women Join Together. So it's big on basically women empowerment. I saw that she has some things similar, like you have to break it down.
So shout out to Shan. She was her birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to her as well too. We I put together, you know, nice little birthday celebration for her. We had some, you know, dinner, and had some friends come back over the house afterwards. And
I saw your birthday party she did for you.
Oh yeah,
on
she
live.
did. Yo, we had the Zoom the live. It was fire, man. So like, I feel like I'm a crown that and be like, yo, I had the first Zoom birthday party. Like, I'm throwing that out there. Like, because ain't nobody was doing that before. Now everybody doing Zoom parties.
Yeah, you have to do that
again,
now.
It's like, I be feeling like I be so innovative when it comes down to, it's hard, again, it's hard to create something that hasn't been done yet already.
Yeah.
So every time I do it, like, you know, I don't pat myself on the back, but in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, look, they copying what I did.
Yeah.
But I don't go out and be like, yo, this person copycatting and stuff. But, you know, Shorty did that, and it was dope, man. I had over close to 100 people on my Zoom live and my party and stuff, and it was really dope. You know, we had my boy DJ G Money. He, you know, had a nice live DJ playing, and
how dope is that?
It was
DJ
fire.
on live. Wow.
Yeah, man, it was kind of fire. So, but yeah, we have this is something that we started during COVID, man. Like, this actually allowed me to be closer to any woman that I've ever been in my life. You know what I mean? Because I got to sit down. I sat down. I was able to. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
Like, so it was either I'm gonna get to know you better, or we gonna get to know each other better, and it's gonna be worse, you know? So it's like, you know, because if you think about it, you go to work, you come home, it's late. You know what I'm saying? You meet, y'all lay up, and that's it. You wake up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
So with COVID, you gotta sit with somebody 24 hours and talk to them all day, and you know, and eat food. What you want, babe? What you want? And it's just an all day thing. Like, so it's it could either make you or break you, literally. Like, so I feel like we adapted, and we were able to grow together during this time and get better for one another, not just myself and not for her. You know, she did some things that she needed to do for herself, and that's, you know, just being around me, just being a positive person that I am. I'm always pushing anybody. You know, so even with you, what do you want to do? What is something? These are the questions that I ask, whether I'm in a relationship with you or not. You know, because I want my people. If you're around me, you need to be better.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? If you're around me, you gotta have bigger and better goals. You can't just be like, yo, I gotta go to work. This is about work. Because you look up, you done worked at this job 15, 20 years, and how, you know, what you got to show for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Gotta be
saying?
more.
You gotta
Yeah.
be more. You gotta do more for yourself. So we were able to flourish during this time, and that's why, like, if I didn't have her during this time, I don't know what I would be doing. As far as I would be doing what I'm doing, but as far as the connection of building with somebody else, I don't think
added something, right?
Yeah,
She
you gotta
added
add
a different element to your life because it's like you have this show with
I
her.
didn't have that, and that's what I was
Yeah.
missing in my life. You know what I'm saying? Having somebody right there with me to rock out with me and just be there with me. You know
Beautiful.
what I'm saying? And not just a trophy, not just somebody standing next to me, but somebody, you know, wanting me to be better. You know what I'm saying? And I could do it by myself. I can do it by myself. I have done it by myself. But when it comes down to missing something, it's like, okay, what is that something? We all have something that we are missing in our lives. And if you can pinpoint it and understand what it is, that way you can fix it. And so I think this time was me fixing the things that I wasn't able to do in years past. And everybody else who I've been with in my life, you know, it's not a shot to them. It was just that, you know, point in time I just wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta allow, like any woman, you gotta allow a man to be ready.
Yeah.
You can't force him to be ready. You can't make him be ready. You can't talk to a psychic or whatever. You can't talk to anybody. That man's gonna be ready when he's ready.
So timing is everything.
Timing is everything, and circumstances is everything too.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So like we didn't know COVID was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I know that we took this and flipped the negative into a positive, and you know we made our relationship show. We have our your new favorite couple, so go follow that. You know what I'm saying? If you're on here, you can follow that.
Yes.
And we're doing that. She has her Chantel Beauty Talk. You know,
yes, I knew something
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Something, you know.
So she you know, and just being around somebody and literally the energy and the effort of entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I do have jobs, right? But I would drop all of them in a heartbeat to just continue to do what I'm doing by myself. You know what I mean? And that's what when you have your own businesses, it's okay to have a job to fuel your business.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we do it for, because you
Right.
have to get money. You have to have money to make money.
Exactly.
And so
Let's
that's
talk
the
about
things that I've done to fuel what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So even when I teach, I'm a substitute teacher, right? Because I don't want to be a full-time teacher, because that doesn't allow me to be free in what I want to do. If I don't want to come into work one day, I'm not going to come into work.
So rewind that though, because I didn't know you were a teacher. Are you a teacher, or are you just speaking?
I'm a substitute teacher.
I'm
actually a substitute teacher in the DOA,
Really?
Department of Education. Yeah.
For what grade?
Well,
and...
all grades. You know,
Really?
they call you something called Sub Central, and they call you, and if you want to take the job, you take it. If not, you don't.
Really?
Yeah. So we
I
can
never
talk
knew
about that too. Yeah, man. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know, it's a jack of all trades. I feel like I can do
That is definitely a
anything
jack
and
of all
everything
trades.
that I want to
Wow.
do. You know, so
I learned something today. I really was like, are you just generally speaking? I didn't know.
Nah, that's real.
Wow.
That's real talk. So like,
That's great.
a lot of people don't share those things that
Right.
they do. You
Right.
know, you know, a lot of people just see me when I'm on my promo runs. A lot of the
Yeah,
time.
that's what I seen you mainly on that. I didn't and basketball. So I
Basketball,
didn't really know.
So yeah, during this time, we're gonna talk about it. I've lost over 8 ways of income that I was. You know, I was the head youth trainer with the New York Knicks. I played ball.
With the New York Knicks?
Yeah, head youth. Yeah, with junior Knicks. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
One of the
incredible.
head youth, me and Sean Crawford.
Beautiful.
Head youth trainer with the New York Knicks. I played ball with the Harlem Wizards, that travel ball. Did some stuff doing stuff with them. Substitute teacher. You know, I was doing some stuff with after school programs. I was balling for Peace, ASOL music, ASOL basketball. That's 5, right? I was a certified referee.
Wow.
You know, it's a lot of things. A lot of things, man.
Very successful, but I mean, just really, really driven, which is so important. I really think that's beautiful, because that's the thing that I'm on right now. I'm like, I want to do everything that I love and that I'm passionate about. I think that society and the world, they try to place you in a box. They say you can only do this one thing or that thing. And I know someone told me one time, oh, you can't do music and and do anything else.
Why
And it's
not?
like now, like you said during the COVID, I'm executing on everything that I love, you know? And I see you were already doing that. Like, you named 5 different things that were different.
Yeah.
And I think that's incredible.
That's a fact.
And I commend you on that. And I definitely just want to say, definitely keep going, which I'm sure you are. But I think just to hear people say that, you know, for me, sometimes I would hear people say keep going, but they really didn't mean it. But I really mean like keep going, because you're doing great things. And it's also, you're doing things that are impactful to change lives.
For sure.
And that is something that it's really about. I can see that you're humble and you're not just doing it for a namesake. And I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's tough though, because when you're really good at multiple things, it's hard to focus on just one thing too.
Right.
You know? So
yeah,
like,
that's so true.
Like randomly, I did a basketball tournament that like had over close to 400 people come out, right?
Wow.
And like it did my Queens Week event and just did it and had 12 teams. I got that done in 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I put that tournament together in 3 weeks.
Oh,
Had vendors, all this other stuff, got the permits for. So like my thing is now what I'm gonna actually do, another exclusive on your show, I'm gonna start like providing my service to other organizations. So if you wanna book me to run your event, like a special event coordinator, I'll do it, you know, and you can hire me to run your event. I'll put my team together, I'll get the team that's needed, you know, I'll hire the staff.
Oh,
and
wow.
we go from there. Like,
see,
you know,
you're the man. You're the man.
For me, it's like in a basketball term, it's a layup. It's easy for me. So, and this is what I like to do. I like to help people and build people up. And, you know, I'm extending my services now.
That's beautiful. I think people that are like you that love to help people, guess what? They're never going to be without. God is going to always cover them, bless them, and keep opportunities coming, because as you give to other people, it comes back to you. It's karma.
For sure.
So definitely keep doing that. So I want to ask you, are there anything that you want to tell the viewers right now that, you know, that you just want them to know?
I want the people to know, I want the viewers to know, like, yo, whatever you want to do, you can do. Don't allow anyone to stop your dream, you know what I mean? Or anyone to, and I know it sounds cliche, they'll keep going, but yeah, like you were saying with me, like, but don't allow somebody else's misfortunes bring you down. Or don't allow, somebody had said, don't let somebody with like a 40K a year job tell you that you can't make millions. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in that mindset already. They already lost the battle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
yes.
they don't have it in them.
Right. Totally.
So I can't talk to somebody who don't got it in them about something that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and the word try should be eliminated. That trying, like, you're doing, right?
Exactly.
I'm doing what I'm doing. Or some people, oh, I see that little thing you did. Nah, it's not little,
right?
bro. It's nothing little about what I did. Like,
talk
you know,
so there's a lot of little.
Yeah, I saw that little. Like I had a cameo, for example. I was in the movie Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler.
I saw that.
Yeah, so
you didn't talk about that movie.
Yeah, I didn't talk about it. I don't, unless, you know, usually time is like people bring, but the shock value of it.
Okay.
Either you know me or you don't. Like, I knew I was in it, right? And I knew I had the little, you know, my part in the movie, but the shock value is better. Now, if I tell you and I warn you, now you're looking at the movie to see my part. Nah, I don't want you to do that. So if you have no clue. So I got called from people from elementary school, junior high school, like,
I saw you in that movie.
Yeah, like, yo, hey, da. The thing about that was I didn't know, you know, everybody was pushing the Netflix when everybody's in a crib now, you know.
Yeah.
So it came
I gotta
out,
check it out.
Yeah, you didn't
I
see
seen
it?
the clip on your I only seen it on your page. So what movie is it on Netflix?
It's called Uncut Gems.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
With Adam Sandler. And it was a big spot for it because he was doing something that, you know, it's a gem and he was going to look for it, and Kevin Garnett had it, you know, and he was going to the practice. So everybody's focusing on Adam Sandler. So he comes in and then it's me. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a big, so it was like either you know who I am and you see that, or you don't know me. But
what did you guys shoot at?
We were at Basketball City in New York.
New York?
Yeah, we was in New York, but it was supposed to be in Philly, right?
Okay.
It was like at Philadelphia's practice. Boston Celtics was practicing in Philly, but we were in Basketball City in New York, and I do have a casting agent. I do things like that. I don't really again, that's another thing that I lost. Another job that I wasn't able to do. And doing some production stuff as well too. Again, you got to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? You have to, don't allow anybody to stop you from doing what you're doing in a positive way. Right. You know, none of my jobs are illegal. None of the things that I'm doing is, it's just all positive looks, man. And at the end of the day, some people will see what I'm doing and be like, oh, he think he's this, he think he's that. But just have a conversation with me and just understand who I really am. You know
exactly,
what I'm saying?
Instead of what you think.
What you think,
People have to stop that. I see it all the time. Is I think, or they think that they're this and that. If you don't know someone, don't speak on that.
A lot of it happens in our community.
In our community,
because it's a lot of people who can put who are in better positions to do what I'm doing too, but they won't allow anybody else in that space, and that's what sucks.
That is so true.
I did it, right? It's like me, and it's not we or us, and
talk about it.
We
you know what?
Better.
Before we get off, I want to talk about that. I'm going to go back to when you said just two things. You said about how we have to stop saying that little thing, which is a big thing. There's a big thing.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about how in our community we should be willing to. That's another reason why I have my companies. How can we come together? Like I said, when I met you put me on the show, and then you looped me in with other people.
Yeah.
It was like, Haron, I literally won't forget. I did the different TV shows, Real Talk, and radio shows because of you, and that was you. I said, I'm in town. I just made one call, and you just had me, everyone knowing who I am. And I think we need more people like you that are willing to, not be intimidated of, connecting your people if you know that they have what it takes to the next person. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what happens a lot of time. People who are in position of power, they know people who deserve that deserve a look. Mm-hmm. They don't do it for them.
They don't do it for them.
Or they know, sometimes people know that the person that they will be putting on is a little better than what they can do, so they're afraid.
You said that, not me.
Well, it's the truth. Like for me, there's no in hopes, right? Mm-hmm. I don't, how many celebrities did I even help them build their careers, right? How many have reached back to me and actually been like, yo, H, you coordinated all those people being there? I have something that I want to put together. I want to get you paid for doing what I saw you do for yourself, and and for me almost, like for them, right? Mm-hmm. Because I connected so many people. Like you said, you're here and you're like, yo, H, you had me loopy in New York, right? Yes. And I was everywhere.
Yes.
And that's just something I do, and I didn't ask you for no bread. I didn't ask you for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Because I did it from the kindness of my heart. Yeah. There are people who are in these positions who can't even do half the things that I did for you, but want the bag for it, or want this for it, or overpricing people for certain things. And the people need to hear who's really out here really moving. But at the end of the day, when I'm doing this stuff, when I connect people, and I don't do it for clout. I don't do it for them to even do it back. But if sometimes you do have an opportunity and you may think of somebody like, yo, this guy did this. Maybe I can reach back out to him like you're doing today and just be like, yo, I want to interview and I
mean, it's incredible. You know what's great about this? We're here at Lakithia Nicole Talk, and you're my first live guest.
That's what's up.
I couldn't have a better person, and you are a New Yorker.
That's a fact.
Which I love.
Yeah.
I'm just happy. And when I called you, you literally was no hesitation. You was like, yes.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know when. That's
it was not. I've dealt with a lot of people that were supposed to be on the shows. Yes.
We call those people fake busy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's you make time for what you want to make time for. You make time for people you want to make time for, and even businesses. Yeah. I named off a list of places that I did my interviews, Fox 5, this place, that place, and I would still come and be on a upstart and jumpstart first episode, podcast or whatever you want to make this into, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I may meet one person from your page that didn't know me before, that's following me now, that I can impact. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who you reach, who's listening to you, and who really hears you. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
why turn anything down? You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
I hate the word no is like disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially because for me, I'm coming from a place that you would allow or want someone to actually that you ask them for help.
Mm-hmm.
So when you can do something and you just flat out say no,
yeah,
that's like disrespectful to me. So I don't, you know, and me being a doer and a giver, it's hard for me to accept somebody just telling me no when I know they can either do it or it just it messes with me. You know what I'm saying?
We need more like that. We need more people like that. I think the people don't realize that we all will be further if we all just come together and help each other.
Listen, I deal with that all the time. You know, I try. You can't, but what you can't do is force somebody to be somebody that they're not.
Right. That's so true.
You know, so you know when it comes down to that, it's like, you know, either you're gonna help me or you're not. Like I'm asking you for a reason.
And even if they don't, the thing is, what I recognize is gonna get done.
Even if you don't help me, it's gonna get done.
So
I don't really worry about it too much, but it's just like, you know, it's when I ask. So you reached out to me and you asked me to do this interview. So I can be like, I could have been, yo, when again, and be fake busy, right? And I could be like, yo, other than us working it out, all we gotta do is work it out. When can you do it? All right, cool. I'm good to do it then. All right, cool. That's it. That's all it takes.
That's it.
Communication, making things happen. And again, with your show, I hope that is the biggest and best show ever. You know what I'm saying? I hope you know, this is history. We're making some history here, but you know, continue to do what you're doing and your ventures that you got going on. You know, you've been doing, you know, the modeling thing, that you know, you the singing and just everything, just being a good human being. You know what I'm saying? And just keep that going. And I appreciate you for having me. I appreciate you for, you know, asking me to come on, and you know, and it's it keeps me motivated to know that people that I impacted almost a decade ago is still, you know, looking at me in that same light, you know, same light, because lights can dim. Yeah. Lights can dim.
Or they can get brighter.
And I feel like everything that I'm doing is just continuing to brighten up my life.
Because as you said in the beginning of the show, you know, you were interviewing me in the beginning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
now
you're being interviewed, like you said, on all of these major shows. So it's just growing and growing, and Lord willing, it's going to continue to grow.
For sure.
And things are going to open up, and it's like,
once these things open up, we go on the Road to Peace tour. We're gonna be, you know, that's something that I had and I was gonna do anyway. But you know, we had Atlanta, we had Boston, LA, and Chicago, and New York. We had that going, but I'm adding Sacramento to it.
That's awesome.
My first event's gonna be in Sacramento, God willing.
Mm-hmm.
As things open up, I'm just I can't wait to announce that. That's really big for me because I went to school there. Yeah. And I haven't been back there since like 2012.
Oh, so that's gonna
be I've been coming to LA, but I haven't been coming to Sacramento. So that's gonna be dope, you know. So again, I can't wait for the reopening of the world, like fully open, so that we can really do these things and you know, take it global.
Events and everything. I definitely know I want to get out here and go to some events, especially in New York.
It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope, man. Yeah. We're gonna have these events again. Life will be back to normal sooner than you think.
Yes, speaking into existence.
Yes.
Definitely. So, Haron, thank you so much for being a part of Lakithia Nicole Talk. Yeah. I can't wait to just see what else you do. Yeah. Because you've done so many great things that have been very positive and, like I said, impactful. I can't wait to just see, you know, what else is to come. If there's anything else you want to say before we close out, definitely feel free to do so.
Just follow me at H2O5, that's the letter O, and number 5. Also follow Ballin for Peace, BALLIN, the number 4, the word peace, H2O music _ H2O basketball, and follow ballinforpeace.org, and go buy some merch, man. We got some dope merchandise on there. It's BALLIN, the number 4, the word peace.org. You know, we're a full-fledged 501c3, and everything that is bought from the page is a portion of the proceeds go back to our youth. You know what I'm saying?
So, we didn't even talk about that, but that's amazing.
Oh, shout out to Easy Eats. That's a partner that we deal with. I just did an event with them last Saturday, and then I had my Queens Week event. We had we called it Hanging with Purpose.
Oh, I
so
love
we
that.
had
that.
a dope family and friends event that I put together with them, and they're the new upstart company. It's a meal prep company, and every dessert that you buy, $1 goes back to Ballin for Peace as well too.
Wow. How
Easy
great is
Eat
that?
MP. It feels good that people are reaching out now more to collab and come together with me, and it's just a blessing because we've been doing these things. I've been doing this for so long, and it's rare that people extend back to what I'm doing. You know, with all this Black Lives Matter stuff going on now, you know, I was kind of one of the last organizations to be reached out to, but I've been doing it a long time too. So it's you know, but I don't worry about that. I just continue to put my head down and do what I got to do, you know, because I don't, again, no one else makes me do what I do. You know, I do it because it's from the heart, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep pushing.
I love that. I salute you.
Thank you.
Definitely. And it's all going to come back to you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in to Lakithia Nicole Talk. And we'll keep you updated on the next interviews coming sooner than later.
Peace.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me see. And then this is share to IGTV. I love that, Haron. Love it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that real talk. I just
I was the whole time I was like, did I?
70 on my journey. Was like, I didn't even get to push it out like that, but
You didn't get a chance to?
like usually you'll share it with people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to do that. I didn't get to do it, but they still tuned in, so I'm gonna put it out there for a little bit. Yeah, it's live. That's fire though.
When you say you're gonna leave it up there, what does that mean?
What did you do with your live?
I save it.
Yeah.
That's what you mean?
You saved it, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You can put it up on your page too.
Yes, that's how you do that though.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do now.
Alright, I'm gonna title it interview. And I haven't really been doing too many in-person interviews.
So this was good. Oh, I'm posting on my page now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta,
Okay.
put. Hold on. Yeah, like you could the description and all that. You know how to do that?
Yeah. I wrote it gave me the option, so it's posting it now.
Yep. And then
One time I didn't post it.